This webinar is on Mayfair System Budget Entry Guidance, Step 1 through 7. Before starting your budget, you must have completed the trustee's financial summary and corrected any validations. If you have any questions about this training, please send an email to the OPI School Finance Division at opischoolfinance@mt.gov. Montana OPI School Finance Division has prepared this presentation to provide a general overview of the Mayfair's budget and the creation of your district's budget. Not all information can be provided. If you have any questions, please reach out to the OPI School Finance staff members. Here's a list of the OPI School Finance staff members who can assist you with questions that you might have. Notice that the people have different specialty areas behind their name. Choose the one who can best address your question. This is the budget timeline. You should read this and know that what the deadlines are for completing the budget process. We will start by going to the OPI website, opi.mt.gov, Leadership, School, Finance. Then to the right side, click on Budgets. This will take you to another screen. Here you will see the Budget Spreadsheets and Guidance tab. Click on it. Within this tab are the budget instructions, the General Fund Budget Spreadsheet, and other budgeting spreadsheets that are very useful in preparing for and completing the budget. Section 1 of the budget instructions is an overview and tells you who to contact at the OPI who can help you with entering the budget into Mayfair's. Section 2 has the guidelines for completing the budget report. Gather the necessary materials to help you complete the budget. You should read through the budget instructions before starting to enter the data for the budget. You may want to save a copy of the guidance document to your desktop for future reference as you proceed through the budget. Most important, finish the TFS first, as the budget uses the trustee financial summary data entered when establishing budgets in the ensuing years. From the same screen, below the budget spreadsheets and guidance is the preliminary budget data reports. Click on the tab, click on FY2024, search for your district's preliminary budget data sheet. This should be your post-session report. Here you will see your district direct state aid, quality educator, at-risk, student payments, etc. You need to match and verify that they are the same on the pre-filled verification sheet. You should have printed this second page when doing step 1 of the trustee's financial summary report. If these amounts are different, you will want to make sure that you pull the most current preliminary budget data sheet, which will be the post-session. If these reports are not matching, contact the OPI. To begin entering your budget information into Mayfair's using your username and password, click on the Data Entry tab. It will have the same drop-down as the TFS. You will go down the list to the budget, then step 1, taxable valuation. This is so important. Here you will enter your taxable value from the Department of Revenue. If you do not get your taxable value report by the due date, sometimes the report will go to your county superintendent. Just be in contact with them. Make sure you have the correct taxable value. The amount calculates your mill value. If you do not enter a taxable value here, your mills and taxable amounts will not calculate on your budget pages. The taxable valuation entered on budget should match the amount reported to the county and the district by the Department of Revenue on the first Monday of August. It is Form AB-72T. The taxable valuation should seem reasonable. If changes from the prior years are extreme, either up or down, the reason should be available. If you are a joint district, verify that taxable values split between counties agree to the values reported on the county FP8A report. And if you are a joint district, check A and B split between counties to confirm that A and B reported here matches A and B used to calculate county retirement GTB entitlements. And again, refer to the county FP8A report. In step 2, this is showing a district that has an active debt payment in Fund 50. Taxing jurisdictions are for the debt service fund only. Enter only if the district has an active debt payment, usually in the form of a bond approved by the voters of the district. Contact OPI to add or expire a taxing jurisdiction. If you have more than one taxing jurisdiction, you must enter the fund balance for each taxing jurisdiction, and the total of all must equal the total fund balance for Fund 50. The debt service adopted budget must be sufficient to pay SIDs, RIDs, and the bonds for all taxing jurisdictions. This is a copy of a budget report for a district that has a taxing jurisdiction. The debt service fund is below the budget summary report on the second page of the budget report. In this step 2 example, there is not a taxing jurisdiction allocation for this district. The Mayfair screen will tell you if you have one or not. If you think you should have one, please contact the OPI. This takes us to step 3, bus depreciation. For bus depreciation, have all the information on any new buses that your district purchased during the fiscal year. The bus title will have the information you need. Set up each bus in the Setup a Bus/Radio section. You will decide how much to levy per bus in step 8 of Mayfair's. This fund can also be used to depreciate radio systems for transportation. There's no actual depreciation. This fund is for permissively levying dollars to replace current buses or radios in the future and using a depreciation type schedule to do so. To add a new bus to your fleet, go to the Asset Setup page in the blue box, then click on Add a New Asset if you have one. This will take you to a setup screen where you will enter the new bus information. And remember to hit Save. If you are not adding any buses or making any changes to buses, you can skip step 3. If you have depreciation, this will be put in on step 8 in the bus depreciation fund. Step 4 is for building reserve elections. You would go to the building reserve setup page tab, add a new building reserve, enter the needed data, the election date, start year, levy type, years authorized, and the authorized amount. Here's where you would add a new voted building reserve levy. Go to the Add a New Building Reserve tab. Make sure you have the information available to enter this data, the election date, start year, levy type, years authorized, and the authorized amount. The levy type is very important. Make sure you get the right subfund code, 611, a voted safety levy, 612, a voted building reserve levy, or 614, a voted transition levy. You would not add a permissive levy here. This screen will also show any current levies. Make sure to hit Save to save your changes. Steps 5 and 6 are for debt service. Step 5 is for SIDs or special improvement districts, which include curbs and roads. Step 6 has bonds. Except for agent fees, the OPI pre-fills the bond information. Look at last year's budget. Many times nothing changes. In step 5, have the OPI help you if you need to add a new SID. If you click on the Go to Budget page, it will take you to the Debt Service Fund. Click on the Fund Instructions if you need additional information on SID types. Step 6 is your bond payments. Verify this information. The OPI sets these schedules up for you. You will want to hit the blue Select button and add a payment amount here, and make sure you hit Save. Here's a copy of a debt service bond schedule that's been set up by the OPI. Next is step 7 for technology election levies, and this screen allows districts with a voted technology levy to set up the levy and adopt a budget. Each levy requires an election date, and that's the date the voters approve the technology levy. The authorized annual amount is the total levy amount authorized by voters. The years authorized is the number of years for which a levy is authorized, and then enter the levy amount, and this is the amount levied for the ensuing fiscal year. Important notes about tech levies. Levies approved on July 1st, 2013 or fiscal year 14 and later are limited to a duration of 10 years. And levies approved on July 1st, 2013 or before may be durational or perpetual. If the district passes a new levy, the old levy is limited to no more than 10 years or it is expired, as stated on the ballot. Here you would enter your levy information with election date, start year, authorized annual amount, and years authorized. Mayfairs will calculate the expire year. This levy has an election date of May 10th, 2005, before the new guidelines of 2013. When the screen shows years authorized at 0, this is a perpetual levy. If the district runs a new technology levy, this old levy will expire and the new levy will be for a period of 10 years, no longer perpetual. The advantage of a new levy is to increase the amount of the levy. And if a new levy fails to pass an election, this perpetual levy amount will stay in place. At this time, it is recommended to print the validation report from the screen. This will show if any of the steps 1 through 7 have not been entered or may have errors. Only look for these errors. You will have other errors as you have not entered your budget amounts yet. Reason for this validation check is to verify that the taxable value and any new SIVs, bonds, buses, or levies have been entered. These need to be entered and be correct before moving on to step 8. Look through any validations and refer to the budget instructions on how to make the corrections to clear the validations. Before moving on to step 8, contact the OPI if you need help with these validations. It's very important that these are correct before moving on.